Here it is, ladies and gents, episode 36. I pick up my first Woodrail pin. It's a 1957, like a Chevy, the classic Ace High by Gottlieb.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
Hello.
I knew you were going to do something dumb.
Welcome to Arcade Barbecues, episode 19.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Anyway, I got on Marketplace, did a search Pinball. A garage sale popped up. Read the article. There wasn't any pictures. It said Pinball. Didn't even give the name of the pinball. So I messaged the person and asked them what title it was, if it worked. And they messaged me back, sent me a couple pictures of this Ace High, and I'm like, ooh, it's a little old for my taste.
Looks like Ronald McDonald's personal machine.
I asked them if it worked. They said it lights up. Everybody know they all light up almost. I mean, unless your bulbs are bad, it's pretty bad when they don't light up. Anyway, and what they wanted for it, they wanted $100. So I'm like, I'll go check that out. But the lady told me there was someone on their way at 2, so I needed to hurry. It was about 12:30, and that was an hour away. Anyway, jam there. No one showed up besides me.
They probably just wanted to close their sale at 2.
Right, they wanted to get done with their garage sale. This was down in the basement. I think it was their parents' house. It was an estate sale. And when you turned it on, well, they just plugged it in, and it was doing this when you plugged it in. So I just unplugged it at the time, because I never want to fix anything while you're on location. So I just unplugged at that point.
We've never got burned by that, but we have done it on accident a time or two.
Well, fixing it? Yeah.
Yeah, just poking our fingers around. Damn it, there it goes.
Right. On the dartboard right here by Matt, I worked on it there on location and got it going better than it was. And the guy was like, "Oh, you're getting a hell of a deal. I did this, and this, and that, and paid this." And I'm like, it's this little power supply issue. Anyway, so yeah, this guy, I got to talking while I was taking it down, and evidently, surprisingly, it had been in their family since 1964. So
yeah,
it's a 57, so they had it 7 years after it came out. So more than likely, it's a second owner. I mean, it's probably en route and got sold. Someone
they were probably first owner off route, probably.
Right.
I'd say. I don't know. I have no idea what their routes were like or how long they kept machines.
This was the son of the estate sale, so he's like, man, if I had a quarter for every time I played this machine, I'd have $100,000. He loved this guy. I mean, he was sad to see it go, but he was happy to think that it's going to be restored back to its original condition, which we won't get to the originality totally, but we're going to make it look like it used to.
As good as possible.
Yeah.
As good as we can.
The mother evidently painted the sides because these should be nice and wood grain. And actually, the yellow is also white with a little bit of a design. You know how it was in the geometric designs or whatever.
Right. Did they tell you how long it worked for them? Like, did they play it for 15 years and it stopped?
They didn't tell me how long it had been down. But when I got the machine, or the obvious things were like, this was one of the rubbers that was around this sling over here. You know, it's a sling in the playfield. They never took the glass off this guy. The playfield's just covered in dirt, but they preserved the paint to a certain extent.
That's
I
true.
hear this particular game was pretty popular. and most of the shots around the ace and king are the bullseyes, basically.
We don't know what it looks like yet.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, so I got to messing with it and was able to keep it from constantly resetting. And me and Matt kind of talked it through a little bit ago. What it's doing is how it scores, since there's no real, your typical real score on an EM. There's no dials. It lights up the score. So that there's a 10,000, 100,000, and a million, basically. That's how it keeps score. The 10,000 is not scoring correctly. It's not kicking over, so it either doesn't reset or it doesn't. It keeps on scoring 100,000.
Yeah, you can manually put it on 90,000.
Right, you can rotate this
and play the game. So then it scores with every target hit 90,000. So it basically gives you 100,000 per shot.
Yeah. So this scoring reel, I think one of the solenoids is burned up. One of the coils, and so it's not resetting on its own and or rotating. I'm rotating this with my hand. So once it gets to 90,000, it'll just keep on scoring 100,000 for each target it hits. And or it won't reset properly.
Sorry for the lighting. It's like all starred from the ceiling fan.
Anyway, that's our initial diagnosis.
Just trying to figure out how it scored.
And the right flipper is not working. Other than that, all the bumpers seem to be actuating, and the switches on the playfield. And it's a pretty interesting Woodrail.
I want to bring up the differences, because there's some things this machine does and doesn't do that others.
Well, this is the last year that a Woodrail's produced that didn't have a game over solenoid. So actually, after your turn is over, the flippers are still active. They don't turn off.
I think it was the last pinball machine in general that did that, right?
That's true. It's the last one that was produced to where the flippers don't shut off after gameplay. And what's kind of weird about that is there is a game over spot on the back glass, but this game has no way of ending, without not being able to get to the pinballs, which you can't after
the game just doesn't
drains.
know.
It doesn't allow you. There's actually a little gate, I guess, once you quarter up or dime up, nickel even.
Coin up.
That allows the balls to flow to the trough. Because you're actually, to launch the ball, you're pushing that little plunger there, and it shoots it up on the playfield. There's no coil that does it.
Save a few bucks.
It's actually ingenious for back in the day.
So there's
how they got it to work.
No game over switch, and wasn't there one more thing?
No match.
No
match select. So there's, I guess, you know how you can earn a free game if you happen to match a certain amount of points, or it used to be the 10s in your EMs. If you hit like 80, 70, 90, whatever.
It is, even in the newer ones.
It would give you a credit, or I guess some you could select what it would give you. Like maybe even
as an operator, I think you can give points, or that's kind of cheap.
Don't talk to death on this guy. But I'm gonna remove the back or the glass, because
let me go ahead and stop here and take a break, because we're gonna hit that point where it makes it hard to chop the clips up and edit them. So we'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Oh no.
Wow, what a long break.
I'm well rested. I needed that. I was about ready to fall over. If you didn't notice, I was about out of breath because it was so winded.
I had about 6 beers.
So much. No beers this evening. This is a little bit of, what do they call that? Whiskey and rye?
Is it that $299 bottle of whiskey you got?
Little Blanton's whiskey. That's pretty tasty. I found me a bottle this weekend. All right. So remove this wood rail.
It's Operation Wolf. I'm not used to it being on.
Oh, I tilted it. It's got a real sensitive tilt.
You can change that too.
What's pretty good, cool about this guy too, little short stint here, where this gesture tilt guy is, they put on the back glass was Gottlieb's slogan during that era: amusement pinballs and American as baseball and hot dogs, which I think is pretty cool.
I thought you were gonna say hockey at first. I'm like, that's not what it says.
I'm blinded by the light, so I couldn't hardly read that. All right, so there's 2 wing nuts. Hold them right here. I've already removed them. Take out this little wood rail here. Hopefully, there we go. Got some long screws there. I can't believe they just didn't know. If you're not a pinball person or you never mess with it, you don't know how to take this stuff off.
Oh, when I worked on that wood rail at the Zone, that's when I met Rich from Schaefer.
Mm-hmm.
So
really?
I needed a pinball glass because theirs didn't have one.
You know, I know that never took it off. Look, the paint job is on the glass. See the red paint? Even some, yeah.
Man, I just can't see myself painting it red and yellow.
Well, it kind of matches the back glass. You got yellow in the back glass.
Yeah, and I guess they said it was the 60s, right?
57?
No, I mean when they bought it and had it at their house.
Yeah, that's true.
So Mom probably painted it in the 60s sometime.
Well, I think she painted it twice because I think there's a black coat underneath this. Because the son remembered it being black. But if you remove the legs, you can see the original, which is white with a little bit of, geometric. And also, I've looked up the side art.
Yeah.
What?
I said yeah.
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 So, we got that off.
Since you did look this up, how many were produced? Do you remember?
2,100.
21. Wow, that's quite a bit, actually. I didn't expect it to be that many.
And it's popular wood rail. I also looked at the ranking on pin side. Number 82.
Out of 100?
Out of the top 100.
That's not very good.
Well, how many EMs are out there? Thousands?
Well, I thought it was out of wood rails because I was like...
No, it's out of all EMs.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, it's even beating the newer class all the way up to, 77 or whatever they stopped producing EMs. So, yeah, it's pretty high. I mean, I have, 3 or 4 EM pinball machines, and this is the most highly rated machine.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So let's kind of come in a little closer so you can see some of the play field, some of the different features of a 57 or a wood rail. Like I spoke of before, how you initiate a ball into the play field is this second plunger here. And you just push that in, and you can actually have your own multi-ball if you want. Because it doesn't regulate, it just puts those 5 balls available once you go ahead and
once you're out,
you pay your credit.
Then the gate comes down as soon as you hit it. It
Yeah,
gives you 5. So okay,
you got 5 balls.
I see how it works.
So, but I like this self-feeding mechanism for a pin.
It's kind of satisfying to push it in and the ball comes up like that.
I don't know. It is kind of weird. I do enjoy it for some reason. The control factor. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty basic.
Is this?
Of course, it's small.
Do you have the dime coin slot? Is that it there?
I think so. Here it is, right here. I haven't put a coin in it.
The one I saw or worked on, I don't remember if it had it or if it was different.
It probably works. More than likely, it works.
One thing that I've noticed, I've worked on 3 of these, I think. Not these, but wood rails. This graphic is in great shape. It looks amazing on camera, but it's actually kind of dirty.
Yeah, it's going to get a good clean.
Look at how that looks on camera.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. It looks wider than it actually is.
Right.
That's probably, you see the red and yellow. That's why she designed it under.
Oh, okay, that makes a little
by
more
this
sense.
guy, but yeah, it's gonna get cleaned up. I'm not gonna use this guy on here because there's no clear coat. It's just paint. So I'm gonna be very careful and probably get some Novus so it kind of protects the play field as it cleans it.
We'll do some mild soapy water.
Yeah,
first
initial little warm soapy water, not too excessively, and not gonna rub as hard as I rub the car.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the best advice is don't rub one out.
Not too soon, at least. As you can see, the plastics on this play field are fried. We'll go ahead and initiate another game so they light up.
Back up just a little bit so I can get the whole thing in frame.
They are, well, because the incandescence and the old nature of the technology and probably the thin plastic, they just are warped, heated through, and broken through. I've actually located a spot on the interweb. I know that's not the correct word. I'm just joshing with you. That will provide me a plastic set for $100. Which,
remember what it was called? I ordered a set too.
I think they're making repro plastics. They're not NOS plastics. No.
Well, yeah, they are repro.
Yeah.
But one I did at the neutral zone, I'm pretty sure it was bowling. The guy went ahead and ordered the new ones, and so he was like, just throw the old ones away. So I was like, I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to try the oven trick just to see how it works.
They were just crinkled or curvy?
They were really, really bad.
There's no oven trick on these guys.
No, they weren't this bad. But some of them were looked like the St. Louis Arch.
Right,
but we're still on the bolts and bending the bolts, and so. But I did try the oven method, and they flattened, but the picture was bubbled, and they were
really
bad and distorted.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it if I get this cleaned up well enough and get it working fully. Also, this flipper doesn't work. FYI, this one does.
But this one we're
spend $100 on the plastics because this is gonna. I just bought this to flip it, but I don't have a Woodrail, and the price was right. They wanted 100. I got them down to 80. We
should have said it sooner, but aren't we gonna do a step by step with this one?
Yeah, we could.
Show as many as possible. Many of the steps as possible that we went through. You
can see how it is. Tomorrow I'm going to clean it, and/or also add the coil if that's what needs. I've ordered a coil for this flipper. There is a coil there. It doesn't look messed up to me, so we'll bust out the multimeter and see what kind of voltage we're getting and see what's going on. And actually looking underneath this guy, it's nothing I've seen before. The way it actuates the flippers, it's just two little rods. Check this out. Can you see that? See that down there, man?
Let me get a little closer.
Yeah, get close. It's actually not in bad shape once you open this guy up. It's pretty clean in here, considering how dirty. Well, it's been sealed for 50 or how many years did we decide there? It's been sealed for.
Well, we're about at 20 minutes, so.
Oh yeah.
We went a little longer than we wanted to.
So yeah, here's the flipper buttons. So these little rods here hit leaf switches to actuate the flippers. And I just have never seen something like that before.
Yeah, it's old school.
So we're going to have to figure out how this flipper gets actuated. This is the one that has obviously been replaced. Here was the original. I guess it was left on a little too long.
Toasty.
This wire is loose, but I actually did that. I just don't know how it's going to go together because this coil over here has 3 wires to it, and this one only has 2 attached.
We'll dig into that tomorrow. We'll figure it out. That'll be fun, actually.
Yeah. Get that flipper going. Looks pretty clean underneath here.
Something different. I mean, we're gonna work on something from the 50s.
We're gonna.
I don't think we've done anything like that on the channel.
Strip the paint. Get her back to its wood rail self. Looking like it should.
Glorious.
There goes the multi-ball action.
Alright, well stay tuned.
We got good sound.
We're gonna film a bunch tomorrow, and I don't know I don't know how we'll release it because it just depends on other videos that we do. We're not gonna bore you with the same subject 8 days in a row.
How could you be bored? I'm in the show, right? You're entertained. Yeah.
All right, you want to sign off there?
How? We out, bro.
So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too.
Super hang on. Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.